No. I don't think so. I don't think so, no.
Really awkward on camera.
Are you? What kind of faces do you make when you look at the camera?
I don't know, I just start looking like this, like, hi.
I don't think so. I've never heard one.
Oh, no, we don't have any bells.
Why don't you have any bills?
Because in Edopia, the students are supposed to be responsible for whatever time, how they're managing their time.
I feel like the best thing about the school is that you're asked to like question things if you don't feel that they're right, and you're not like told to just like be quiet and sit down. And so you're basically like asked to question stuff that you don't believe in and get the right answers for all of that, and that's a really nice thing about the school.
Personally, I think the best thing about the school is that it stands out from other schools. It has its own creative way of teaching kids and bringing out the best of themselves.
I like the freedom that we get in school. We're allowed to do a lot more than people in other schools would be. And even though I don't go to other schools, I can tell just by friends who are in other schools. And it really helps you go at your own pace.
I mean, अगर बाकी स्कूल से कंपेयर करें तो the best part is कि freedom जिस तरह उन्होंने कहा था यहाँ पर है, and you get more opportunities to do stuff like business start कर सकते हैं अगर जिनका business से interest है, और आपको एक environment दिया जा रहा है जिसके अंदर यानी आप art करना चाहते हैं, या if you want to practice music and if you want to focus on one thing, तो यानी specifically आप एक काम कर सकते हैं बेहतर जो कि बाकी schools में नहीं कर सकते.
That we have more studying options than in most schools. Like we have more electives and we have different subjects to study.
Electives are basically these courses that are like over a time span of 2 weeks long, and there's 4 different categories. There's physical education, there's research, there's STEM, and there's arts. So basically you have like a minimum limit of each elective that you have to choose, and then you basically choose your electives for the whole semester and the start of the semester, and then like you basically just go to them. So like we have courses like astronomy for STEM and like different art projects, and like they're basically just different projects that you do.
In our projects that we do, the ones I found best are with like mechanical engineering, stuff you do with machines and stuff. I think I found best because I've never done this sort of stuff in another school.
Okay, so in grade 7 I made this calculator in Minecraft using different logic gates and comparators, repeaters. So and then this year, last semester, I made a potato cannon. I named it Not a Cannon, which shoots out little projectiles. It's alcohol powered.
I mean, filmmaking में सबसे ज़्यादा interesting था videos वगैरह बनाना या advertisements बनाना, तो that's what I'm most proud of as well. तो सबसे ज़्यादा मज़ा भी उसी में आता है. तो maybe if I get a chance in the future, maybe that's what I'm gonna pursue. So
I feel like a lot of the students at Edopia are pretty confident, and the ones who aren't, they're like encouraged to speak up usually.
I feel like they're all developing a hobby. If you look at grade 10, most of them are like trying to pick up some sort of an instrument, which is something I find quite fascinating because everyone's trying to do something different, which I do think is quite cool.
No.
Because all of them, like, they're like very down to earth in a way, and they're like encouraged not to bully, and we do like a lot of social work, so we kind of like know how the other side of the world lives.
Well, nobody really like, there's not much extravagance. There's not much, like, not much bragging, not much, they're not as whiny as like a lot of kids I've experienced in Islamabad so far.
Every school has some brats, but the school's not full with brats. In IB school, no.
8, including me. About 9, 10.
So basically, issues are brought up in the community in democratic assemblies, which we have every second Thursday, and everybody like people are asked to present their point of view on it, then we collectively find solutions, and then we vote on those solutions, and whichever solution gets the most votes is usually the one that's effective.
Conflicts are managed like if it's like a problem like with like the whole school, then it's usually managed through the Democratic Assembly. But we do have like this court kind of thing where like children can go to court and they can kind of like manage their problems in a more like civilized way.
The business committee is basically in charge of regulating all the businesses that we run at the school. So every Monday, Tuesday, and alternate Thursdays, we have businesses in the last class for people who do not take the other optional classes that are in those times. So you run a business, and the business committee's job is to regulate and make sure that nobody's doing anything wrong and all is going according to plan, and and that everybody is following the rules that we have set up to ensure safety and other things. Taxes? Yes, we have a 5 to 7% tax on everything that you sell. The revenue, you have to put the tax on the revenue. So that tax is then given to the charity committee, which supports families in need.
Religion is taught through Islamiyat, and we also have like an optional Deen class that you take, and we also have namaz time.
No,
What would make you say that?
because in Edopia, we have a lot of talks about drugs are discouraged and alcohol and everything, so
You don't think so?
no.
Every single lyric of it, like they do it every single day in the morning.
पाक से ज़मीन शादबाद की शोर हसीन शादबाद तू निशान है अज़्म आलिशान अर्ज़ पाकिस्तान मरकज़ यकीन शादबाद पूरा सुनो.
At Edopia, we don't, for the smaller grades, there's more play, but when you progress to the higher grades, there's less play and you have to do more work. So it's not all that playful and not always very easy and laid back. It's also strict at times when it needs to be, and when there's work to do, you have to do it.
Yeah, we have to. Like, the teachers make you work hard.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people who do work hard, and we are taught to work hard, but there's still gonna be people who don't work hard.
It depends if what you're aiming for.
100%, yeah.
Can you explain that?
What do you mean explain that?
Why do you think that?
Man, obviously it affects like what university you're going to, how your future is going to work out and all that stuff. So
But they don't really define what you did or what you are, because they're just like a small number. So it doesn't define what you did throughout the whole year.
I think it depends on the child that's in Edopia, like how they studied in Edopia.
I can adjust in any school.
I think like I could go back, I could handle it, but I would like much prefer to have like a more kind of like democratic school.
It would be strange, but I think it would probably be possible, though I would highly dislike it.
It is, but I mean, it's nice. I get to do homework on the way to school and stuff.
I live in like F7, so it's like not super far, but maybe it's like 20 minutes.
Does that bother you?
Not really, because I get to sleep in the car. Because like we're on a hill, so we can like see like all the villages down below and the lake, so it's really like pretty and nice.
Honestly, I've never think like a few years I'd be in a school where it's mountains. It's a really beautiful location. Like if you're ever like feeling down, you can just look outside and cheer up.
Yeah, so basically there's a school bus that goes from the G6 stop and the F11 stop. I come on the bus.
And is the commute very long?
It's 15 minutes for me at least.
Trials? Yes, Edopia offers a 1-week trial for anyone who wants it, or you can do without the trial. I personally took the trial since I was already in another school, and I liked it obviously, so then I came here. So the trials are offered if you apply before May, but if you apply during the summer, they're not offered.